Hi, I'm Julie Thurgood Johnson, and this is Rattle Your Closet. I was adopted in 1977 by my wonderful parents, who I adore and love. And in 1999, the state of Oregon released Measure 58, and it passed, which gave adoptees their original birth certificate if they were 21 years or older. I got mine when I was 22. And I really held on to it for several years before I did anything about it. And then I found my biological mom by hunting her down through a lot of paper trails and contacting people. And then I took a DNA test and held on to that for quite a while and eventually found my biological father. Thanks to Ancestry DNA, I was able to figure out who he was and where he was from, and it really changed my life in ways that I never even dreamed of, because for 14 years I thought someone else was my biological father. But after taking the test and finding a first cousin match that didn't match anything I knew, I found out that my biological father was actually somebody else, who's a really cool guy who I like quite a bit. So I'm really grateful to Ancestry for that. Doing this is so I can help other people. I've been doing genealogical DNA research for 10 years, and I've had a lot of people come to me and ask me to help them find their biological parents, and I've done that through a lot of DNA tests. But a lot of people ask me, the number one question is, which test should I take? I'm really confused about what I should do. And there are 3 tests that are available. The first one is an autosomal test, and any kind of DNA tests like Ancestry or Family Tree DNA or 23andMe, any of those are an autosomal test. Autosomal tests are like anyone that has spit in a tube, that's your parents, grandparents, first, second, half, whatever, that's who's going to show up on your tests. So if you've had a relative that's taken the test, so it's not anybody dead that they go dig up, it's someone living, then it will show up in your results. And we'll go over that in later shows. But today is more about which test to take. So there are a lot of tests out there. There are a lot of new tests coming out, and they're really good, and they're all great and wonderful, but Ancestry is the most user-friendly. So my first suggestion to you, and when anyone calls me and says, hey, I'm looking for my biological parents or for my past, I say, buy an Ancestry kit. Take it and call me back in 4 weeks. So if you have an unsolved mystery, take Ancestry and then email me at rattleyourcloset@gmail.com. And if you'd like to be part of the show and you're good with me sharing your information, share your information with me and we'll share it with other people out there, and we'll follow the trail till we can get through your brick wall or find who you're looking for. The other test that I strongly suggest is through Family Tree DNA. Family Tree DNA offers the autosomal test part, which will tell you your first, second, third, fourth, up to 7th cousins, or grandma and grandpa, mom and dad, cousins, siblings, half siblings. It will also give you the opportunity to take a Y-DNA test or a mitochondrial DNA test. A Y-DNA test is father to son. So if you're a male, you can take the Y-DNA test and it'll follow your paternal line. Females, it's no use to take this test because you do not have a Y chromosome. The other test is an mtDNA test. It's your maternal line, which goes mother to child. All males and females have an X, so you can take an mtDNA test. Both are really helpful, and we'll go into those in later videos. So if you're wondering which test should I take out there, I would strongly suggest starting with Ancestry and then transferring it over to Family Tree DNA. You can do it for $40 online. It's easy way to go. If you have any questions, put them in the comments and we'll talk about it next week. Lastly, this week, I just want to talk about adoption versus abortion. If you're considering an abortion, please consider adoption. I am so grateful to my biological mother for considering adoption and not abortion like some people wanted. It's a real thing in my life, and I'm not better off dead, and neither is your baby. So please consider adoption when you're considering what to do with an unwanted pregnancy. And it's not that any child's unwanted, it's just that there's better options out there. If you are interested, there's a website called Provident Living, and they deal with adoptions. There's also another one that I like called Miriam's Project, and you can find them in the comments underneath. And we'll talk about both of those more at a later time. I'm super excited about DNA. It has changed my life forever. It has been a big part of my life in so many aspects, and we're going to go into that more as we talk about my genealogy that I've worked on, both adopted and biological, and how I found my biological father in the future. If you're interested, again, Ancestry first, family tree second, and it will rattle your closet forever. Thanks.